Today I would like to talk about mandating a physical education program throughout schools for grades 7 through 12. Obesity is a growing problem that is taking over our current population. Childhood obesity over the past 30 years has tripled from that of previous years. To tackle this problem, we need to make sure that our children are getting the proper information and the recommended exercise so that they don't succumb to this epidemic that is currently going on around them. Obesity is not just in one specific race or gender or age. It affects everyone. Physical education is a way that can slow down or even prevent obesity in our children. Physical education programs for grades 7 through 12 should be an issue that is taken seriously and should be of high priority in schools because it will help students deal with more issues than just their weight. Students who participate in physical education programs have seen many benefits. They have higher self-esteem and will be able to deal with issues such as weight, depression, and even stress. By participating in physical activities for at least 30 minutes a day, a student will gain confidence in themselves that will help them emotionally, physically, and even help them become more social. Not only are the benefits good for the student's health, but it will also be an educational benefit. Students will learn not only how to be active, but they will also learn how to eat healthy so that it can benefit them both physically and mentally. Current physical education programs that are found in schools have restrictions and exceptions for students who participate. For kindergarten through 6th grade, physical education is taught and executed. Students in those grades participate in PE and even have recess, so they are getting the recommended amount of physical activity a day. When it comes to grades 7 through 12, recess is not an option anymore, and most schools don't have PE. Among the schools that do require physical education, students may be exempted from participating as long as they meet one of the following reasons: high physical competency test score, participating in community service activities, participation in community sports activities, and participation in schools activities other than sports such as band or chorus. Teacher-to-student ratio is also another restriction that needs to be looked at. More teachers need to be able to teach students about health and be able to make out an activity plan to engage students in activities. In order for this problem to take action, I recommend that every student in grades 7 through 12 should be required to partake in at least 30 minutes of physical activity 3 days a week. By implementing this program, students will engage with other students who they probably would normally not socialize with, building up their confidence and self-esteem. Every student has to participate in the physical education program whether they are physically able to or not. This program will consist of not only physical activity, but also learning so that the student will also know the benefits physically and mentally they will receive. Obesity is a growing problem among children and adolescents. Childhood and adolescent obesity have both immediate and long-term effects on the health of the body. According to the CDC, youth who are obese are more likely to have risk factors for cardiovascular disease, and obese adolescents are more likely to have prediabetes. Not only will this cause children and adolescents to have health problems, but also social and psychological problems. The percentage of children from ages 6 to 11 years old in the U.S. who are obese increased from 7% to almost 20% in the span of 20 years. The percentage of adolescents from ages 12 to 19 years old who are obese increased from 5% to 18% over the same time period. According to the CDC, in 2008, more than one-third of children and adolescents were overweight or obese. To help cut down on the obesity rates in children and adolescents, schools need to play a vital role in developing a safe and supportive environment for where students may develop a healthy lifestyle. By limiting the number of students to a physical education program, the level of attitude, attendance, and participation in physical activity outside of the physical education program in schools decrease. By limiting the number of students who can partake in physical education, you are limiting the amount of students who can learn about healthy eating and the benefits of physical activity. There has been a link found between the health of students and their academics. The healthier the student, the more academic success they will have. By schools not implementing physical education programs, students won't know of all the positive benefits it is having on their health, attitude, and on their academic achievement. The numbers in obesity will continue to increase unless we can mandate a solution in schools to help get the word out to our youth. youth. The problem only exists because so much time is being spent doing other things that aren't beneficial to our health, like video games and watching television. Adolescents forget about the benefits of exercise because they are no longer participating in it like they did all their life as a child. Once students hit junior high and high school, physical activity becomes something of the past unless the students engage in sports. Schools need to focus more at the task at hand than anything else. They need to focus on getting state or district funding so that they can hire more physical education teachers to implement the program and so that they may be able to purchase any equipment that may be needed to make this a more enjoyable experience for the students. Schools also need to promote the guidelines for healthy eating and physical activity. By promoting this, the school will be implementing policies and practices that they themselves support, and the students will begin to learn and practice those same things. Schools need to figure out what they want their ultimate goal to be for their students. By doing this, they will be able to implement a physical education program that is best suited for their students and will help the school as a whole be able to decrease the number of obesity. Implementing a physical education program for grades 7 through 12 will help boost self-esteem, cut down on stress and depression, and even help students who are self-conscious of their weight. Physical education programs are beneficial to health because they teach students that they are part of something bigger than themselves. To better our students, schools, and nation as a whole, we need to implement physical education programs in schools for all grades, not just kindergarten through 6th grade. Yes, the younger generations are the ones that are going to take over the population, but if they don't know how to be healthy physically and mentally when they are older, they won't make it very far. Adolescent health and obesity are a main concern right now in our nation, and if our schools don't do something to help, then our future is in jeopardy. Implementing a physical education program is not only beneficial in lowering and preventing risk factors, but is also helpful in the daily lives of our teens. By having a physical education program, students will be able to focus their anger and frustration into a sport or exercise, rather than by doing something harmful to someone else or themselves. It will also help fight off depression, stress, weight issues, and even build up self-esteem. Physical education programs have a lot more to do to them than just exercise. They teach students that they belong, and they may even be good at something that they never would have tried if not for this program. So by using this school-based approach, the United States may be able to lower the rates of obesity and be able to help students realize that physical education is not a bad thing after all.